And I want to kind of dig into that a little bit more, because one thing that I noticed that about you is that you're very even keel and very relaxed most of the time, even when you're doing business deals and you're going after things that you want. And I think that a lot of people, when they're in that type of situation, they tend to kind of go on tilt, as they would say in the poker world, right? Like they kind of lose their cool. So how do you go about, what's your approach in that sort of a situation to kind of keep that sensibility and that calmness?
It's to be intentional about everything you do. I think that we have a tendency to be reactive, that we're waiting and we trade our reaction off of someone else's stimulus that they give. So it's more reacting than responding with a measured, thought out answer. And so if you can do that, if you're mindful of that, then throughout the whole interaction, you're listening, which is such a valuable skill that so few people have. And you're listening with, like the Zen thing, a beginner's mind. You're listening without any preconceptions as to what your response should be, without any preconceptions as to what they're going to say or how they're going to respond. And then you let it come, and then you're considering all of the options cleanly, with full information about what they said, and responding to the thing that they asked, because you want to be responsive to what they're asking, not to what you think they're asking, if that makes sense.
Totally makes sense. And are you doing this in real time in your head, or are you preparing your answers and your objection handlers and whatever you may be thinking they might be thinking in advance?
It's a really great question. So in a negotiation, absolutely, I'm preparing in advance. I have a sheet where I write down the things that I think could happen. It's kind of like chess moves, right? It's like, well, if they do this, then I need to do this and this and this, and here are the things that I want. Here's the priority of things I want. Here are the throwaway things that I'm okay to let go. I'd love to have them, but I'm okay to let them go. And then they're the complete spectrum of those things gives you the outcome that you want.
So there's like the must-haves, then there's the you'd like to have, but they're not deal killers.
Right.
And then there's the what you think they might have objection-wise.
Right. And in addition to that, there will be things that I believe will be important to them that will be their must-haves. And so I like to guess what those things are going to be. And if one of their must-haves conflicts with one of mine, then I need to find a way to get them what they wanted without it adversely impacting the thing that's important to me.
That's great.
And so if you think about that in advance, then when it comes up, it's a very natural flow, and it's not awkward, and it doesn't get heated, and you don't really feel pressure because you've kind of got a grasp on what's
and you're
going on.
then able to tailor your presentation to their potential expectations or things that they must have, and kind of address them in your pitch while you're pitching them.
Correct.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very cool.